Hi, I'm Zeos Pantera, the host of In-Ear Fetish, and we are listening to my second set ever, oh god, I almost flipped off the table, of SoftEars, because for those who haven't seen the review of the SoftEars Twilight, that is probably, as of this moment, my favorite IEM. Like, take it places, test amplifiers, show off to people. It's amazing. And it's one of their cheapest at $900. So this one at $450 is intriguing. The difference being, let me lower that. We're plugged in over here currently. The difference being, this is called the Studio4 and not the Twilight or the Heartbreak or any like name, because this is designed to go in the studio and it has 4 balanced armatures. The Twilight is a single dynamic 10mm, and I praise the hell of it for that. For $1,000 for a single 10, but what do you? And then it pays off. So this one, I'm going to do the unboxing experience for you. Under here was the things. I took them out, recycle that, and here's your little case with the little lanyard I had to put on, and it opens up and it says Studio Series waterproof case in your monitor, and you got a little rag, and you have tips. And you've got the most anally wrapped 1/4-inch adapter. Like, it's in there. I wasn't even gonna bother. It's like 30 layers. You had the twoest, littlest, smallest bags. Like, look at this. Look at these little magic crack bags. Put little bags cracking it. Whoa. Individually, IEMs were wrapped in these, which is just freaking hilarious. And you got your little ear cleaning thing. It's a beautiful little set. But did you notice anything? For $450, this doesn't feel like a fancy IEM, because it legitimately isn't. This is a work IEM. This thing right here, I'll pull it out of my head. It looks like a normal IEM. It's literally just black plastic, black ABS, fucking crazy, solid 2-wire. It just says A009 on this because it's a demo model. I've got my Dakoni tips on it because I know they'll fit. There's only a very small selection of tips in this. But these IEMs are designed for studio use. And you want to know how serious they are? I'm not sure if this comes with normally, but it was sent to me. This is just an extension. It's just an extension. It's just a 3.5mm SoftEars, the same exact wire of the IEM extension. Because in a studio environment, your equipment may not be right here. It might be over there 4 or 5 feet. Well, here's your 5-foot fucking extension, so that you could just, you know, match up perfectly. And I'm using the DD Hi-Fi 1/4-inch adapter because it has a much bigger grabbing area. And you can just go plug it into whatever you're listening to. And then you can hear. We're gonna do this is the first time this has ever happened on In-Ear Fetish. So get ready, everyone. Brace yourselves. Now that's a goddamn cable. So this is serious business. Actually, this is a little bit thicker than that cable. Yeah, because if it's an extension, they actually had to probably decrease the impedance. Because now I believe in cables make a difference, because this is a whole thing. If you haven't seen my review of the cadenza, go watch me review the Lecture cadenza, which is a super low impedance IEM with 11 balanced armatures and a dynamic, and it actually made a difference when I changed wires, which prompted me to be like, all right, this only comes with a 3.5mm. Let me get out the Chimera cable and test with it. Unfortunately, the IEMs have the 2-pin that's also got the block behind it, like this. The Chimera cable is a flush 2-pin, and this is the style it's on there. It's the 2-pin with this square to insert inside of it. So what I had to do is, I couldn't use my $50 Chimera cable. I had to use the $400 DD Hi-Fi cable, which I tested the cadenzas on, and I think I heard a little bit of an improvement. I'm just gonna say that from now on. It's like, you know what? These are 12 ohm IEMs, which is pretty low, and I think maybe I heard an improvement. But here's the thing: these IEMs are not here for you to enjoy. And honestly, if they're being used properly, you're not even putting them on a lot of different amplifiers. You're plugging them into a mixing console. You're plugging them into a single amplifier that you're doing your monitoring with, and that's it. You're fucking done. The job of these IEMs is to deliver the sound very cleanly and neatly right to your ears. And are you really supposed to enjoy it? Not really. You're supposed to just analyze it. They're an analytical IEM, and they are an exceptionally good one. This is a very quiet track because I'm just, oof. Actually, we'll put this to medium gain. I noticed even being 12 ohms and even being efficiency of, hold on, wait a second. This is an extremely high number. It's like 123 decibel sensitivity at 12 ohms. I'm still pushing quite a bit of power into them, like medium gain now on this. If I go to low gains here, it's like halfway up. Let me change to a track that's more consistent. There you go. Yeah, you still drive them like a big headphone. In fact, I got the Black Ice Fusion 11 here, which I may or may not link in the description if I remember, which is my big tube amp that I'm borrowing from Black Ice. And I could tell you right off the bat, like, I had it in the Earman, and that's a very linear amplifier, and it's just all business, all business. So I plugged it into the Topping A90D, all business. I plugged it into the TA22, which is the tube hybrid, and then the Rebel amp, and then this. And it's a little less business and very enjoyable. I figure anyone who's watching this channel, you're either like, hey, I'm going to be going to school, Zeos, and I'm going to be doing mixing and mastering. What's the best IEM that I could afford for like $500? Well, here it is. I have utter faith in SoftEars to pull off something like this, because I'm listening and I'm enjoying it. But it's not like, oh man, the bass, oh man, the luscious wide soundstage. It's just 4 balanced armatures with a 3-way crossover, and every track sounds good. Or bad, but it's for real. Like, it's not lying to me. And then when I throw it on like the Rebel amp, or even a little bit on the Geshelli, not as much. The Rebel amp with this Class A is a little bit more like, yeah, this is definitely more relaxed than if I pop it up here. You get a little more bass forward. So what we're doing now is essentially assessing amps again, but that's what the SoftEars Twilight do, because they're a single dynamic and they react really well to that. So I'm gonna give these a thumbs up, but it's not gonna be like a general, okay, you know, I want to upgrade from this IEM to this IEM. I'm listening to music on the train, I'm enjoying it. This is a work IEM. If you're someone who's obsessed with neutrality, who's obsessed with getting it like as the artist heard it. How the artist intended is not usually what happens in the studio. I guarantee you every artist who listens to their shit in the studio takes their CD or their fucking download. I don't even know how the fuck you leave a studio now. They go home and they plug it into their fucking system. And whatever their system is with all their bass and EQ settings, that's how they intended to listen to it. How the engineers intended to listen to it, that's the job of these SoftEars Studio 4s. Which indicates, by the way, that there'll be a Studio 8 or something in the future. Don't know. So yeah, I'm pretty fucking impressed by these. I mean, here's the thing. They cost nearly $500. So I could only be so impressed. If these were like $189.99, I'd be pretty fucking blown away. Because it's just a studio monitor. It's a listening to a studio monitor that is literally a studio monitor, and you get a giant extension for it. That's serious business. This is not jokey business. This is serious business. No one else needs this. No one else could possibly use a 5-foot extension on their IEM, except for someone who's sitting at a mixing console, or I guess doing desk stuff. So the bass, how's the bass? Neutral. How's the mid-range and vocals? Neutral. I find them more pleasant on warmer style amplifiers. Like there's no intention with these of like, oh man, it's so rich and creamy. It just is. It just fucking is. You're only really I know the people who have sought this video out. Hello, welcome to In-Ear Fetish. You know what you're looking for. This is it. This is the one that like, hey, I was heard about these. Maybe I should get these for doing mastering. Easily for doing mastering. For the rest of you who are like, hey Zeos, I just really want to have some fun listening to music, which is usually my cup of tea. This can do that for you, but only through like a Class A or a tube hybrid or a fucking Fusion 11 massive tube amp. Then you can get that going. So yeah, I think the Studio 4s, I'm gonna count this as a win for SoftEars. Team SoftEars all the way. Wallpaper, desk map, by the way, in the description. in case you want to get some of this like stark contour, weird moon that kind of looks like they really zoomed in like a cornflake or something. See, I'm not like dancing in these, but my God, I sat here for quite a while just listening and changing amps and then changing wires and going, do I want this to be better? Like, I don't think there's a point in getting these and then trying to improve them with like a $600 wire. They're not for that. These are perfect out of the box, and the box is very small, and the accessories are very lightweight, and that's because you're fucking going to work. But at least if you're going to go to work happy. So yeah, wallpaper in the description. This is a short one. There's nothing else I could say about this. The treble never hurts you. The 4 balance armatures sound like they're very, very attached. Like, it doesn't sound like there's 4 individual frequencies attacking you at any point. It's just, it's good. It's good. It's not a pleasure experience of like, oh my God, I'm coming. But it's like, oh my God, I'm working extremely hard and I'm going to get this done. And they're super comfy too. They advertise how light they are, and they legitimately are light. So yeah, no, wallpaper in the description. Or in the horde in the description. Links to these. Thank you to my sponsors for this channel. Sponsors on the other channel. And check out my Patreon and Subscribestar for benefits and seeing these things early. And yeah, I'm gonna, that's it. Congratulations. You're 2 for 2, SoftEars. Slightly different than the Twilight. Oh my God, but quality.